How you doing, guys? Welcome to another episode. And in this episode I'm gonna show you how to replace a real wheel bearing. We keep working in the 2000 Honda Accord. And one thing that I noticed, because I've been driving a lot, um, wheel bearings start making noise on the rear. And it's gonna be both, I believe, but more on this side, on the passenger side. So one thing that I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna put brand new wheel bearing, because right when I start my channel, I show you, I did kind of like an explanation on how to do a conversion from drum brakes to disc brakes, right? So I show you on that video how to replace them, and this is my drums, and I did the whole explanation on why I replaced them. These ones get stuck all the time on me when it was really cold. So these wheel bearings, they have like 6 months. They are in really good condition. Um, when I get this part from the junkyard to do my conversion, I never replace the bearings. I put new calipers, put new rotors, but I never replace the bearings. So that's what we want to do today. We want to replace both, but obviously the other side is pretty much the same thing. So I'm just gonna replace it on the passenger side, which is making a lot of noise. And we have here one of the bearings that I have, and obviously this is from my drums, and in theory it's supposed to be the same bearing. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna remove this cover. I already removed my spacer. I'm gonna remove the brake assembly, take everything out. Tools that you're gonna need for this job is gonna be a torque wrench. I'm using right now 1/4 socket. You're gonna need an impact screwdriver, extensions, small, big one, deep 40mm socket, another small 40mm, and you're gonna need the wrench. Might be, if they're really tight, maybe you're gonna need a bigger wrench. So pretty much that's all the tools that you need. And to release the emergency brake cable, you need some pliers and probably some screwdrivers to remove this cover right here. Okay, guys, once you remove your tire, we're gonna use a screwdriver in here and remove this dust cover. Just go all the way around. Sometimes these ones get really stuck, so dust cover is out. First thing that you need to do, hit it with a hammer. So this thing, you pull it out, and then you're gonna be able to remove the nut. Okay, now the nut is loose. What we're gonna do is we're gonna remove those two bolts that hold the bracket and the brake. So there is two 40mm. One is right there, and the other one located at the bottom, right there. Okay, so we're removing those two. We need a 14mm with an extension, so we don't have to remove these two bolts. I'm gonna remove those two. I'm gonna leave these two on, so I don't have to mess with anything on the brake. The whole brake assembly is gonna come out, and then we're gonna need the impact screwdriver to remove those two screws, so we can remove the disc brake. Okay, guys, handbrake is released, and the only thing that you need to do, grab some pliers and just move it back and forward. I'm using an extension to remove the one on top, and I'm using a 40mm deep socket to remove the one on the bottom. And if you go to the other side, we already removed the bolt that's holding the brake line. It's out of the way. Okay guys, brake is out of the way, and by removing those two bolts on the bracket, you don't have to remove anything else. Unless you want to do maintenance on the brake or replace your brake pads or whatever. But by removing those two, we good. Now we need to remove those two screws to remove the rotor. Oh yes, and that's how you guys remove a wheel bearing. And if you can see, I didn't have any problem. That's a good thing, and I'm gonna explain you why. Because sometimes these wheel bearings they get stuck, and when you pull them out, this little racing here, this little part gets stuck in the hub, so you have to cut it. And there you have it guys. This is the all wheel bearing. This is the all new one, and I was hoping for this one to get stuck so I can just remove it and cut the other one, you know, make the difficult video. But you know, came out really easy, so we're just gonna swap it. I'm gonna clean with brake cleaner around here. I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna put some grease in here so this one slide really easy, and in case that we have to remove for some reason, or this one get bad and we really have to put a brand new one, I'm gonna be able just to pull it out without a problem. So let's clean all that with brake cleaner. Let's grab a rag, put them underneath. Okay, after we clean that, let's put some grease, put the new bearing, torque it down to spec. Spec is 139 on the rear ones, and when you tighten them up, remember to tighten them up and hit it with the hammer and your chisel, so this little groove can go inside here again, so you don't have any issues by this axle not get loose. 139. I'm gonna tighten them up, those two, when I have my brake installed. So just grab your pliers. Torque spec for these bolts is 41. I already put my handbrake. These two tighten them up. Now I have to replace my spacer, torque it down to the same specs. We torque down the tires. I haven't had any problems with all my spacers. I double check them like a week after I put them on, so I'm gonna torque it down to 85 pound-feet of torque. Same spec that I put on my wheels. I'm gonna do the same on my spacers. In overall, guys, that's how you replace wheel bearings on the rear on a 1998 to 2002 Honda Accord. Just gotta torque this down, put the tire back on, and then I'm good to go, guys. I hope you like this video, guys. I hope this video helped you, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.